Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to UWS Men's Basketball here on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. This is Matt Johnson coming to you live from Mertz Mortarelli Gymnasium here on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Superior, where it's the pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce as the Yellow Jacket men's basketball team closing out the season today, taking on Minnesota Morris here in UMAC conference action. The Yellow Jackets coming into this season finale for them, sitting at 6-18 now overall, 2-9 in the UMAC. Greg Polkowski in his 9th season at the helm of the Yellow Jacket men's program. They've lost their last two, has UWS heading into this contest here, including dropping a 70-53 decision to Crown College in a game that was played on Wednesday night down at the Athletic Center in St. Bonifacius, Minnesota. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets struggled offensively, shooting just 28.8% while also going just 8 of 15 from the free throw line. Jackets got off to a decent start in the opening half of that contest, getting a three-point play and a three-point shot from Gage Brady on consecutive possessions to take a 19-17 lead with 10:44 remaining in the first half. But from there, the Polars took control, steadily expanding their lead until Anthony Knight's three-pointer with 11 seconds left in the opening 20 minutes gave Crown a 40-28 edge at the break. From there, UWS never got closer than 13 points and trailed by as many as 21 in the second half as the Polars shot 50.9% for the game. Individually, the Jackets had two players scoring double figures, led by Brady, who came off the bench to score 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Evan Bennett, meanwhile, one of the seniors that will be honored here on Senior Day, as it is here in Superior, had 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting. Meanwhile, Minnesota Morris comes in here at 12-12 overall, 7-4 in the UMAC. Paul Grove in his 24th season now at the helm of the Morris program. They're coming off of a very high-scoring loss of their own on Thursday, falling to Bethany Lutheran 108-91. At the North Gym in Mankato, Minnesota. That game was played on Thursday. That was a game that got pushed back, by the way, because of weather. We'll talk more about that in our pregame interview with head coach Polkowski. In the meantime, in that contest, the Cougars fell despite shooting 49.1% as a team and having 5 players score in double figures, as the Vikings made a sizzling 55.4% of their attempts while also knocking down 14 three-pointers in the game. In the first half, Bethany Lutheran made 58.8% of their tries on the way to taking a 54-36 lead in the break. Teams went on to combine for 109 points in the second half, but Morris never got closer than 7 points after halftime, as the Vikings also made 22 of 27 from the free throw line in the contest. Carbon Fish led the way for the Cougars, one of the leading scorers in the UMAC this season with 21 points on 9 of 16 shooting. Caden Piper, meanwhile, had 18 points, while Jace Nelson and Leroy Staples Fairbanks had 12 points. Gustav Gunderson, meanwhile, also finished in double figures for the Cougars with 11 points in that contest. So that's where the two teams stand here heading into this season finale for the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars here at the Mertz in Superior. And with that being the case, we'll take our first break of the pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. We'll come back with more, including a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Greg Polkowski. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Men's Basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. I'm back, and I'm joined by Yellow Jacket coach Greg Polkowski. And, Coach, I want to, before we start talking about Crown on this game today against Morris, Wednesday was sort of an adventure for everybody in the Upper Midwest, I think.
Yep.
In terms of the snowfall, you could have gotten anywhere from 7 to about 40 inches, depending on where you were in the Upper Midwest. I already talked about this with Coach Evelyn Parsons of the women's team, got her version of events that took place on that day, because you guys had a bit of a run-in with a ditch, as I understand it.
Yep.
But thankfully, Crown came through for you in that case and came and got you guys. Just tell us more about your perspective on what happened in that road trip down to Crown on Wednesday before we start talking about today's game and the game against Crown itself.
Yeah, no, I think as usually it seems like this time of year, every year, there's always a situation, game gets delayed or pushed out, and we knew that was a possibility on Wednesday at Crown, and we were even going to go down Tuesday night. Wanted to leave Wednesday just to kind of keep our Tuesday routine, so we left Wednesday and got down there no problem, and then we were about, I think, 7 miles exactly outside of Crown, right from the gym, and yeah, just, everybody saw the weather that was going on this week, like you said, in the Upper Midwest, and we just, the bus could not move. All the cars around us, or many of the cars around us, couldn't move, and we kind of started sliding in the ditch multiple times. Had some good team effort of everybody trying to help, the coaches anyways, Sultan and getting setting the bus up for success. And we couldn't get out, and we were on the bus all together for probably, 45 minutes, and got in touch with Crown. They came and picked us up, and we got the girls over there first because they were playing, and then it was kind of crazy that, then a plow truck was coming right by us. Evelyn probably didn't say this because she was gone at that point. It started almost slid right into the bus. I mean, it was inches away, but the plow truck was full of salt.
Oh, geez.
It was just kind of spraying salt all over. And so the bus driver, started scooping salt out of the plow truck and dumped it under the tires. And 10 minutes later, we pulled right out. So it's just kind of one of those things that, might not look like a good situation, but it all worked out in the end. So it's all good.
Well, I'm glad that the Good Samaritans that are the other members of the conference, including Crown, Coach Parsons talked about them coming in vans to pick all you guys up, get you to the game, and then some other things happened as well in there. But glad that you made it safe and sound to Crown at least, and are back here now safe and sound after quite an adventure going down there on Wednesday. Like I said, with the weather reports, I wasn't quite sure how it was going to play out, but I'm glad you guys made it there and back safely. It was a bit of a struggle, but at least you got that. Turning to that game now, I guess, this one of those games where you guys just couldn't find the bottom of the net a whole bunch, it seemed like. I mean, as far as looking at the numbers of that game, you had an okay start, but boy, once the shots started not falling, they pretty much stopped falling for you guys completely for the rest of the game. I mean, I don't think I can remember the last time you guys shot in the 20%, 25 to 30% range. That must have been quite something to see for your team, and not necessarily in a good way either.
Yeah, it was, I thought we've been really, trying to simplify things for our group, and kind of in a lot of ways let them go play. And I just thought, still through us, obviously, I thought, we produced some good opportunities. We didn't finish, whether that was at the rim, whether it was jump shots. I thought turnovers first half hurt us a little bit as well. And we got to the line more than them, but we didn't necessarily shoot particularly well from the line either. There was, I thought, opportunities to score it. Didn't shoot it great. I thought the turnovers hurt us a little bit, and really allowed that to be a separator for them. Anthony Knight played well, but we didn't really get the traction that we wanted to offensively, and we've been trying a number of different things. One, to get better, and two, honestly, for development of guys. And so we'll do it again here today and see where we can be at. So.
It's weird because we haven't chatted in a while on a day where it's been basically, this is the last game of the season. You guys know it. What's the tone going into a game like this? Are you trying to set a tone maybe for next year or for the offseason of a game like this? I mean, it's a big game for Morris. They're right there in the thick of things. They're going to go to the UMAC tournament one way or the other. But for you guys, this is it. What's the tone for the team heading into a game like this?
Yeah, no, it's, not to... we played Morris last game of the year last year, and we were both playing for the 1 seed that day, and ultimately, we lost and we're out of the tournament. Now this year, it's already known that our season's going to be done today, and I just think we want to end on a high note. I'd say the last couple weeks while we're playing to compete and win every game, we have played a lot of guys. That has been challenging at times because it's kind of, broken a little bit of the consistency and rotation. But I just feel like we've got a lot of guys that have contributed, can contribute moving forward, so that if there's one thing that we know we can take away at the end of this year, it's that, guys have had opportunities. We've been able to learn about things. We're able to not speculate like that, guys are getting opportunities, and then we can take that in the offseason and build from that. So, yeah, I mean, we like a number of our games this year, we played a one-possession game out at Morris. We had a shot to win it at the end. We played them in overtime here last year, so I could see this being, a very close game. And, guys, want to build off of, the micro growth that we have had and successes. So, yeah, I'd love to see us do that today, and obviously, have our seniors end on a high note as well.
Obviously, senior day is a big day for you guys. Evan Bennett, one of them, that's playing his last game as a Yellow Jacket here today. He's been one of your leaders. Talking about the career he's had here as a Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, no, Evan's been here from day one. He's seen, he's been a part of 4 different teams. He's been ultra committed to the program. He's been ultra committed to, doing everything he can do in his control individually to help the team, not only this year, but for the 3 seasons prior to this as well. So he's meant a lot. He's been a great model and role model for our guys now and before as well. And Jackson Elfrey's done the same for 4 years, been in a different role, but excited for him to have a chance to get on the floor today. And Caden Lecce decided to play his last year of college basketball at UW Superior. So and has contributed to us this year. So yeah, I'll be excited for those guys to go put forth another good effort here today for the team.
All right, Coach. Well, it's too bad that it's our last chat of the year, but it's always fun catching up with you and talking through the season. So good luck today, and we'll be talking to you again hopefully next year.
Yeah, most definitely. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
Those are the words of Yellow Jacket head coach Greg Polakowski. We'll jump into our starting lineups for the 2 teams here. Of course, it is senior day, as you had heard head coach Greg Polakowski mentioned there, and as a result, they've juggled the starting lineup at the Yellow Jackets in this one as we get into our starters for this regular season, and actually the season finale for the Yellow Jackets. The Cougars are off to the UMAC tournament. We'll talk more about that as we move on here. But the Yellow Jackets starting 5 looks like this. One of those 3 seniors in the lineup for the Yellow Jackets, Caden Lecce, 6-foot senior from Kenosha, Wisconsin, a transfer from UW-Eau Claire, starting his last game as a Yellow Jacket today, averaging 7.8 points per game. The aforementioned Evan Bennett starts alongside him in the backcourt, 6'1" senior from right here in Superior. He's the Yellow Jackets' leading scorer in the season, averaging 11.8 points per game. Jackson Alfrey for the Yellow Jackets getting the start as well, a 6'4" senior from West Jordan, Utah, making his 8th appearance for the Yellow Jackets and getting the start in his first start, of course, of the season here on senior day for UWS. Slayton Stroshine, meanwhile, comes in this contest as a starter, a junior from Alborn, Minnesota, 6'8" junior, averaging 2.4 points per game, and rounding out the Yellow Jackets starting 5, 6'5" sophomore from Mosinee, Wisconsin, Landon Tomer. He's been one of the bright spots for UWS this season. He's averaging 8.2 points per outing. Meanwhile, the Cougars will start this way, starting at guard, 6-foot senior from Sauk Rapids, Minnesota, Gustav Gunderson. He comes in the game today, averaging 5.2 points per contest. Starting at guard, 6'5" junior from Belgrade, Minnesota, Caden Piper. He comes in the game today, averaging 17.7 points per game. Starting at guard, 6-foot senior from Morris, Minnesota, Thomas Tiernan. He comes in the game today, averaging 6.8 points per game. Starting at forward, 6'7" sophomore from Sisseton, South Dakota, Carbon Fish. He's the leading scorer for the Cougars and one of the leading scorers in the conference. He's averaging 20.5 points per game. And starting at forward, 6'7" junior from Cyrus, Minnesota, Matt Thompson. He comes in the game today, averaging 14.3 points per outing. So those are your starting lineups for the 2 teams. Looks like we're going to have our senior day ceremony take place just below us here. And with that being the case, we'll take one more quick break and then come back with the opening tip of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS men's basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. We're back here at the Mertz. The senior day ceremony has just been concluded here as the Cougars are being introduced here officially. Yellow Jackets, again, with your 3 seniors in the starting lineup here in this one. We talked about that in our last segment. Caden Lecce, Evan Bennett, and Jackson Alfrey for the Yellow Jackets, all getting honored here today. Slayton Stroll-Shine also in the starting 5, as is Landon Tomer for UWS. As they turn out the lights on me, which means the Yellow Jackets are being officially introduced here. Couple series notes between these two. The Yellow Jackets lead the series 11-10 since their first matchup back on January 2nd of 2016. Today is the second matchup of the season between the two teams after the Cougars held off the Jackets 80-78 in their first matchup back on January 24th, done at Jim Gramel's court in Morris. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets were led by Caden Lecce and Gage Brady with 14 points each, while Nick Nordon had 13 and Andrew Beers added 10 more. Morris, meanwhile, was led by Carbon Fish, 27 points. Caden Piper had 18 points. Matt Thompson also had 10. With that victory, the Cougars have now won the last 3 matchups with UWS dating back to the 2024-25 campaign. As they're about to turn the lights back on me here, as the Yellow Jackets starting 5 getting just concluded being introduced to the gathering here. This is game 2 of our triple header here on 91.3 FM KUWS. And on Yellow Jacket TV, in case you missed game number 1, the Yellow Jacket women falling 74-65. Not despite 20 points from Maddie Riot in that one. Game 2 here, hopefully will go a little bit better for the Yellow Jacket men. And then our third game of the triple header will come up starting at about 7 o'clock here tonight as the Yellow Jacket men's hockey team opens up their postseason run. They'll be taking on UW Stevens Point down the street at Westman Arena. 7 p.m., the opening face-off there. About 6:30, 6:45, time permitting, with the pregame with John Garber down at Westman. Another score we can also share with you, Yellow Jacket women's hockey with a 4-2 win over Beloit. So now the Yellow Jacket women have won 3 in a row before they head off to the Wyatt Conference Tournament next weekend in River Falls. In the meantime, the two teams are out on the court. Slayton Stroh-Shine will jump it for the Yellow Jackets against the Cougars' Matt Thompson. Today's opening tip sponsored by Barker's Island Inn. As the referee has now put the ball up, the opening tip is tapped out of bounds. And there'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here. And so that's how we start this one. 4 seconds off the clock, and the Jackets will put the ball in play with Evan Bennett, one of the 3 seniors for UWS, inbounding far sideline here. As he triggers it in now for Caden Lecce. Out on top, Landon Tomer will swing it for Alfrey on the left side. Jackson Alfrey now out on top. They'll swing it right side. Here's Tomer. Tomer looking down the middle for Stroh-Shine. Picks up his dribble. Now gets it for Stroh-Shine on the baseline against Thompson. Backs it down now on the right side block. Now spins. Goes up with a half hook with the left hand. Lost it on the way up. And the loose ball now is claimed by Gustav Gunderson for the Cougars. And they're into the front court here. 30 seconds into this opening half. Caden Piper now out on top. Gives it off for Thompson. Right side now. Here's Thomas Tiernan. Tiernan now on the right wing for Carbon Fish. Now back out on top. Head fake by Tiernan. Comes in the lane. Teardrop from Tiernan in the lane is up, and it's good for 2. And it is 2-0 in favor of the Cougars. 19:09 remaining first half. As UWS in the front court. Pass comes left side now. Evan Bennett out on top. Alfrey will fire from 3 off the back rim. No good. Rebound tracked down far side by Fish. And now the long lead pass from Gunderson. Right side now, Thomas Tiernan for the Cougars. He'll back it off in the corner. He'll fire from 3-point range. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound for Thompson. And the Cougars will reset. Gunderson now back out on top. They'll swing it. Thompson with the ball fake. Comes down the middle. Lost the handle on the basketball. Stolen away by the Yellow Jackets. Evan Bennett back the other direction for UWS. Alfrey out on top. He'll fire away from 3, and it's good. Jackson Alfrey with the triple. He scores the first bucket of the ball game for the Yellow Jackets. Those are his first points of the season as well for the name of Utah. And UWS up now 3-2. Gunderson goes right side. Out on top now Piper. We'll swing it now for Thompson in the corner. He'll hand it off back for Gunderson. Gustav Gunderson out on top. Spinning in the lane now against Bennett. Lost the handle on the basketball. Picks it back up. Kicks it back out on top. Thompson with the head fake. 3 seconds to shoot. Now back outside. Gunderson will fire from 3. It's off the rim. No good. Rebound batted out. And the Cougars will have a second chance at it as it's grabbed by Tiernan. Thomas Tiernan now for Morris. Going left side, there's Fish. Off in the corner, 3-point shots up from Thompson. That one spins out, no good. Rebound grab by Bennett. And the Yellow Jackets in transition back to the direction with Caden Lecce. Lecce inside out dribble now on the right hand. His runner with the right hand in the lane is up and good for two. Rallied home for two did Caden Lecce, and the Jackets have scored the last 5, and they're now up 5-2. As Gunderson in the front court. Goes left side, now right side. Comes on the right side of the lane, had the ball knocked away by Stroshine. It'll stay on this end of the floor, however, with the Cougars. And they'll inbound with 17:21 remaining, first half. Gunderson off the inbounds now, in for Fish. Carvin Fish hangs in the air, goes up with a jump shot, pops out, no good. Rebound Stroshine. Good first 2.5 minutes for UWS is in the front court. Now here comes Caden Lecce. Right side now Bennett getting a step on the baseline. Evan Bennett flipping up a shot. Was wondering why he didn't get the foul call. Rebound for the Cougars. Now Fish in transition goes up. Misses the layup with the right hand. Rebound grab by Landon Tomer, and the Jackets back the other direction. Right side now, it's Evan Bennett out on top. Tomer, he'll swing it now for Lecce, left wing. In the corner now, Alfrey on the baseline. Back outside, Lecce, he'll fire from 3, and it's good. Caden Lecce with the triple. Quick start here for the Jackets. They now lead at 8-2. Couple of three-point makes. 5 points so far for Lecce. 6-point advantage, UWS. Now Gunderson, right side, hangs in the air. We'll kick it off from the corner. 3-point shot. That one is up, and that one spins out. No good. Rebound loose. That one was taken, by the way, by Caden Piper. Jackets back the other direction in transition. Lecce now on the baseline. Spins. Goes up with the running one-hander, and it goes down for 2. And the Jackets have scored 10 straight. And we have a now timeout on the floor called by Paul Grove and company. 30-second timeout. The Jackets very lively to start this basketball game, leading it by the score of 10-2. Sometimes you wonder how a team's going to come out here, especially when they know their season is going to be over after today. But no complaints so far. The Jackets have looked pretty darn spry here thus far. Very lively on both ends of the floor. Caden Lecce so far has 7 of the Yellow Jackets' 10. Alfrey with the other three-pointer for UWS, and the Jackets out to a early lead in this one. Personally, the games between these two teams have been pretty tight. 16-14 remaining in the first half. And like I said, you're never quite sure how the team's going to come out when they know this is it, but so far so good. Looks like they're going to leave everything out here. Jackets have not made a substitution coming out of the timeout as the Cougars now inbound, and here's Gunderson. Going left side now in the front court. Bounce pass down low. Fish with the running one-hander, the jump hook one-hander, and it goes down for 2. Carvin Fish averaging more than 20 a game. Had 27 the last time these two teams met, and he gets his first bucket here to make it 10-4. And now a bounce pass to I'm not sure who. It'll bound out of play. It's off the Yellow Jackets and out of play. UWS 4 for 7 so far. The Cougars now 2 for 8. As Gunderson in the front court now on the left-hand dribble. Out on top now Tiernan. He'll line up the 3. That one out the front rim, no good. Rebound knocked out of play. Saved in by Thompson, in fact. Right to Caden Lecce, though, and Lecce back the other direction. Shovel off. Alfrey in transition. Fires from 3. Pops out, no good. Rebound grabbed out of there by Thompson. And now back the other direction. Here's Piper right side. Tiernan now on the right wing for the Cougars. Goes to the left side. Now here's Piper. Piper on the left side goes all the way to the rim. Scoops it up with the right hand and gets it to go down for 2. Caden Piper with his first 2 points, and it's now 10-6. As UWS back the other direction, Alfrey on the right side. Now out on top, it's Lecce. Tomer, left wing. Now he's teeing up a 3-point shot. That one's off the front rim. That's no good. Rebound cleared onto there by Piper, and now he's leading the Cougars back into the front court. Coming down the right baseline. Now goes up with a shot. Off the rim, no good, but he'll draw a foul on UWS, and Caden Piper will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 14:44 remaining, first half. Call the foul on Alfrey. That'll be his first. And Piper now at the free throw line. And the first free throw is short, no good. Cougars shooting free throws as a team at 73%. They score a lot of points. They average more than 80 per game. Jackets at 66.8%. Cougars also give up plenty, though, 79.4 on the season, so they play up-tempo basketball. Talked about it in our open. They combined with Bethany Lutheran on Thursday to score 109 points in the second half of that game. As Piper makes the second free throw, it's now 10-7. So this could be a high-tempo ball game. Jackets averaging about 66, 67 points per game and giving up about 71 defensively as Alfrey now goes right side. Pass comes for Stroshine. He'll fall away from 18 feet. Rims it out. No good. Rebound grab by Tomer. Jackets will get another chance at it here. Alfrey going left side. Now here's Lecce. Caden Lecce. Evan Bennett. Bennett now spinning in the lane. Up fake. Now spins to the right hand. Goes up and rails it home for two. Nice patient move there by Evan Bennett. He's got his first bucket, and the Jackets up now 12-7. Substitutions, by the way, for Morris. Brian LaRoche is in for the first time. Leroy Staples Fairbanks is also in for the first time for Minnesota Morris. And right now on the left side, it's LaRoche. Out on top, Fish. He'll fire from three. Line drive shot. Off the front rim, no good. Thompson with the rebound, and now we're going to have a tie-up. And it'll stay here with the Cougars. Jason Nelson is going to come in for the first time. He'll take out Thompson. Inbound now left side. Tiernan now stepping inside, gives it off for Fish. Steps inside off the two-way passing play. Fish just goes up and lays it in. He's got four. 12-9 now. Jack a lead down to three. Here's Bennett in the front court, right side. Rocco Paulson shutting the warm-up. He'll come in at the next break. Now Stroshine, left side block. And the ball stripped away from behind. Now it's going to be knocked out of play, and it'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. And Paulson will come in, I'm assuming, for Stroshine, and that is the substitution here. Also Hayden Quimby going to come in. He'll take out Alfrey. Lecce will inbound now, left baseline. Triggers it in for Rocco Paulson. Paulson goes left side off the pass. Here's Bennett. 7 seconds to shoot. Out on top now. Ball fake by Quimby. Back outside Bennett. High arcing three as the shot clock expired, and he banks it in. Soft kiss off the window for Evan Bennett. More of a desperation three than anything else, but looks like a switch in the box score. He's got five, and the lead is up to 6, 15-9. There's LaRoche now. Fish inside going up with the shot. Off the window. That's no good. Rebound clean by Tomer. And the Jackets now looking to build on that 6-point lead with Lecce in the front court. Caden Lecce now spinning inside. Hangs in the air. Flips it back outside for Quimby. Hayden Quimby. As they work it in the corner now, here's Landon Tomer. Tomer. Putting it out on top now, Bennett. Evan Bennett for the Jackets. Rocco Paulson, top of the key. Right side, Quimby. Long three-point shot is up from Hayden Quimby, and it's good. Hayden Quimby with the triple. The Jackets now doubling up the Cougars 18-9. Morris back the other direction with Nelson. Out on top now, Tiernan going left side. Looking for Fish. Lobs it to him. Left side block against Tomer. Double team comes. Out on top. Now firing away is Nelson. That three's way off the mark. Wide to the right. Rebound grab by Quimby. Lecce in transition. Bounce pass. Right side block. Now Paulson against Fish. Goes up with the left hand and scores it for two. Nice decisive move there. Now a steal by Quimby. Lecce now coming down the lane, hanging in the air. Had the ball knocked away, and it'll go out of play. Tough break there. Nice job defensively by Quimby. And the Jackets flying around here so far in the early going as Micah Young and Eddie Mittermeier come in for the first time. Bennett will check out. Also, Gage Brady going to come in. Also, Tomer and Caden Lecce, along with Evan Bennett checking out. Full court pressure. Token full court pressure for the Yellow Jackets as the pass comes in now for Caden Piper, and Piper into the front court now for the Cougars. Goes all the way to the rim, had the ball slapped away by Brady, but they're going to call a foul on the Yellow Jacket freshman on the floor, I think. For Gage Brady, that'll be his first. Second team foul on UWS, and they're actually going to say it's in the act of shooting. So Piper will go to the free throw line here for the second time. He's 1 for 2 thus far. And it looks like Brady might have gotten whacked in the nose. He's got a blood issue, so he's going to have to check out here, and the Jackets are going to have to replace him with somebody. And looks like it's going to be Jet Rogowski that's going to do the replacing duties here for Gage Brady. So Jet Rogowski, the 6-foot freshman from Wittenberg, Wisconsin, will come in. And it looks like Gage Brady took a whack across the nose from Piper as he made his move. So literally adding insult to injury here with the foul and then also the bloody nose. Meantime, Piper at the free throw line now. 11:38 remaining first half. And the first free throw from Piper is nothing but net. He's got 4 points. It's 20-10 now. The Jackets by 10. And the second free throw is also good. 20-11 now. The Jackets up by 9 as Rogowski leads UWS across the timeline. Young out on top now, looking down low. He'll swing it right side for Mittermeier. Now Rogowski on the wing. Jet Rogowski for the Yellow Jackets. Gives it out on top now. Here's Hayden Quimby. And now we're going to whistle, and they're going to call a moving screen, I think, here on Rocco Paulson. And it is going to be an offensive foul here on Rocco Paulson. So turnover on the Jackets. Piper will put it in play. Triggers it in now for LaRoche. Comes into the front court. LaRoche right down the lane. Flips up a shot. No good. Gets his own rebound. Then goes up and reverses it home with the left hand. 20-13 your score as the Jackets in the front court. Now left side. Here's Mittermeier. Rogowski out on top. Swinging it right side now. Micah Young. Young for the Jackets. Bounce pass comes on the baseline. Here's Paulson trying to back down low against Thompson. Goes up and lays it in for two. Just muscled him down low. Using that 6'8", 6'9" frame of his. Went over the top of the 6'7" Thompson for two. He's got 4. And it's 22-13. Meanwhile, Piper back to the direction. Misses a layup in close. Rebound grab by Paulson. Now Rogowski in the corner. Young. Head fake against Leroy Staples Fairbanks. Now right side. Mittermeier. Paulson against Thompson again. Stepping through. Flips up a shot with the right hand. Misses off the window, but will draw the foul. And Rocco Paulson looking aggressive here in the early going. Will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Paulson 65.9% from the stripe this season. Averaging 8.2 points per game for UWS. And his first free throw is good. He's got 5 points. The lead is 10. Nearly halfway home in this opening 20 minutes. Second free throw from Rocco Paulson. This one spins out, no good. Rebound batted out of play, and it'll go back over now to the Cougars. I'm going to say Micah Young was the last one to touch it. So the Cougars will put it in play now. Piper will inbound it. And for Chase Nelson now. Now Piper out on top. Head fake by Thompson. Kicks it out left side. Staples Fairbanks backing down against Mittermeier. Now back out on top. Thompson steps into a three-point shot and knocks it down top of the key. 23-16 now your score. Rogowski. Hayden Quimby. Now left side, here's Micah Young. Young going on the baseline, picking up his dribble. And his pass, tried to bounce it along the baseline. Knocked out of play by Thompson. It'll stay with the Jackets. They'll have 16 seconds to shoot. 9:39 remaining. First half. And Rogowski will inbound it. Rocco Paulson. Quimby starts up to his right, pulls up from the free throw line extended. No good. Follow up by Rogowski. Doesn't go down. Gets another chance at it. Goes up and lays it in for two. Jet Rogowski with the bucket for UWS. 25-16 now your score. Now Staples Fairbanks trying to spin. Thompson going for 2 straight threes, and he's got it. Back-to-back threes from Matt Thompson. 25-19 now your score. Left side now Mittermeier. Quimby out on top. Right side Rogowski. Now Young will try a three-point shot from out on top. Back rim and out. Rebound to the corner, saved in by Rogowski. Right to Piper, and now they're going to call him for a travel. So the hustle there by Rogowski saved it in, and Piper shuffled his feet before he put the ball on the deck. So the basketball back over to the Jackets. In the meantime, Andrew Beers checks in for the first time for UWS as the pass from Quimby comes in now for Rogowski. Beers, now Quimby. Putting it on the deck, picks up his dribble, looking for an outlet, gives it for Mittermeier. Now Quimby, Rogowski. Double team comes on him. Beers hands it off Rogowski. 10 seconds to shoot. Rogowski now stepping through. Goes up with the reverse. No good, but it will draw the foul, and it'll be on Thompson, I think. It'll be his second. And Jet Rogowski will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Reminder at halftime, we will have our first half summary. A look at the first half stats as Rogowski misses the first free throw off to the right. One more coming. We also have Abby Hoffman with us today, who's conducting some interviews for us. Courtside, anticipating her getting a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Greg Polakowski. We'll have that first half summary, first half stats, and also look at what else is going on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. All that sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. That's coming up in about 8 minutes' time here. As Rogowski knocks down the second free throw. 1 for 2 from the stripe on that trip, and it's 26-19 now. The Jackets by 7. Gunderson is back in there for Morris. Now he's on the right side. Still dribbling around with it, looking for an outlet. Bounce pass now comes for Thompson. On the baseline, skips it over for Piper. Caden Piper now coming down the lane. Lost his footing, flipped up a shot, had it knocked out of play by Beers. It'll stay with the Cougars. They'll have 9 seconds to shoot. Gunderson will inbound right side, 8:05 remaining, half number one. In for Piper. Fires from three-point range. Spins out, no good. Rebound for Eddie Mittermeier. And now Eddie Mittermeier for UWS in the front court. Right side now for Jet Rogowski. Now Micah Young on the wing. Beers will swing it now left side. Mittermeier getting a step back for Beers. Now he'll try a three-point shot. That one's long off the back rim, no good. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul called. Are they going to get Rogowski here on this one? Yeah, it is. It's going to be Jet Rogowski on the foul. Bennett and Alfrey are going to come back into the ball game. They're going to take out Mittermeier and Quimby here with 7:44 left in the half. Pass comes in now for Nelson. In for Gustav Gunderson. And Gunderson now for Morris. Crosses the timeline on the right-hand dribble. Right side now it's Caden Piper. Swing it all the way in the corner now for Jace Nelson. Now Thompson. Down low for Fish, who's back in there. Carvin Fish spinning against the double team. Nice feed for Nelson. Comes in, misses the bunny, though, with the right hand. Rebound off the miss now. Grabbed by the Yellow Jackets, Micah Young. Alfrey, right side now off the pass. Here's Bennett. Rogowski, top of the key, looking down low. Goes in the corner now. Young, high arcing three-point shot from the corner. Spins out. Off the rim, no good. Rebound grabbed out there by Caden Piper. And in the front court now it's Gunderson. Gunderson going left side now for Fish. Spins around Beers, goes up the left hand and scores it for two. Nice move by Carvin Fish. And that's why he's one of the leading scorers in the conference. Just under control move, spun to his left. Gets it off the window with the left hand for two, and it's 26-21. Now Rogowski has the ball poked away from behind as he made his move down the left side of the lane by Gunderson. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets as Lecce and Tomer come back. Young and Rogowski will check out. Game has slowed down a little bit in terms of the offensive possessions here. So Lecce now flips it in. Out on top now Beers. Alfrey top of the key. Now Tomer. Steps in the lane. Kicks it out here Lecce. Caden Lecce, 8 seconds to shoot. Bennett now. Goes up and under, flips it in, and gets it to go down for two. Trying to draw the charge was Thompson. Check it was Gunderson. Referee said no. Bennett continued on and flipped home 2 more points. He's got 7, and it's 28-21. Now Fish, right side, Thompson. He'll fire from three-point range, and he's got that one as well. That's 3 triples now for Matt Thompson. This one coming from the right wing after the first 2 came on top of the key. 28-24 your score. Alfrey, now Lecce. Bennett, ball fake now around Nelson. Had it poked away from behind by Gunderson. And now everybody's fighting for it. Thompson comes out there with the basketball, and now we're going to have a reach-in foul called as Jason Nelson grabbed the basketball. Will be on Evan Bennett. That'll be his first. Tiernan comes back into the ball game. He'll take out Nelson. 9 points for Thompson, by the way. The lead all scorers. Yes, Tiernan into the front court. Thompson out on top of the key now. He'll swing it left side. Here's Piper. Caden Piper. Fish. Right side now, Tiernan. Back for Fish. Fish now going up and in and laying it in for 2. Nice two-way passing play. Saying the screen was Fish, just rolled to the basket. Tiernan found him, and it's now 28-26. 8 points now for Carvin Fish. Left side now, here's Tomer. Caden Lecce for the Yellow Jackets. Bennett now with the head fake. Steps inside the arc. Floater with the right hand over the top of everything. Grabbed by Bennett on the rebound. Now Tomer. Alfrey. High arcing 3 from Jackson Alfrey. Out the back rim, no good. Rebound grab by Piper. And now Gunderson, as we go under 5 minutes remaining in the half, advances into the front court. He goes right side. Tiernan. Carvin Fish. Right side now, Caden Piper. 8 seconds to shoot. Piper right down the lane. Goes up the left hand and scores it for 2. He's got 7, and we're all tied up. 28 apiece now. 7 straight points for Minnesota Morris. Tomer goes left side. Now here's Lecce. Back for Tomer. Now he'll fire from three-point range, and it's good. Tomer gets his first 3 points off a three-pointer on the left wing to make it 31-28. Gunderson now for Minnesota Morris. Bounce pass right side. Here's Thompson. Now spinning on the right side block. Hangs in the air. Kicks the pass left side. And they're going to call a foul on UWS against Matt Thompson, who had a double team on him. Mittermeier, Nick Nordon, and Stroshine are going to come back in. And the foul going to be whistled against Tomer, by the way, is his first. 16 foul on the Jackets. The Cougars have only committed 2 here so far through the first nearly 17 minutes, actually 16 minutes plus, as the officials now are going to huddle and talk about something here. I think I'm trying to figure out maybe the clock situation here. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Jackets shooting at 50% so far. The Cougars at 42.3. UWS 5 for 10 from beyond the arc. The Cougars so far are 2 for 8. Actually, they're 3 for 8 from out there. Thompson has 3 3-point makes himself. And still trying to figure out what the conversation is about. The official, after a short word with Paul Grove, inbounds it now. Here's Fish. Off the inbounds for Tiernan. Back from Fish for Tiernan. Now Piper out on top. Now Fish, 10 seconds to shoot. Carvin Fish lost his footing, and then it's knocked away by Nordon. We'll stay with the Cougars here. They'll have 7 seconds to shoot with 3:41 remaining in the half. Pass comes in now. Tiernan out on top. Piper now left side going up and under. Lost the basketball. Picked up now by Slayton Stroshine, and the Yellow Jackets into the front court. Here's Evan Bennett. Lecce now, right side of the lane, goes all the way up, flips it up, misses the layup, but will draw the foul, and Caden Lecce will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Call that one on Caden Piper. That'll be his first. Third team foul on the Cougars. And Lecce, who had a dynamite start to the ball game, still sitting on 7 points, goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. Lecce's first free throw is long and no good, out the back rim. He's got one more coming here. All right, and the second free throw from Lecce is good, so he goes 1 for 2. He's got 8. It's 32-28. Full court pressure now. Gunderson. Fish in the front court. Goes right side now for Gustav Gunderson. Gunderson back now for Fish. Carvin Fish. Right side block. Tiernan back out on top. Here's Piper getting around Nordon. Comes on the right side. Had the ball. Well, the shot knocked away from behind, by Nordon, but the freshman will be whistled on the personal. And there'll be 2 more free throws here for Caden Piper. Piper so far has been the free throw line 3 different occasions here. He was 3 for 4 here so far. And now 4 for 5. Piper, 68.3% from the stripe this season. Leads the team in attempts. Came in with 126, and you can see why. He attacks the glass pretty hard. Yeah, it's his second free throw is long off the back rim, but the rebound grabbed out there by Gunderson. Now Piper, left side. Ian Faye checked in for the first time, and now here's a turnover as Mittermeier with the steal. Down low now, Stroshine. And now he has it knocked away, and it's going to be off of the leg, I think, of Stroshine. Nope, they're going to say it's going to stay with the Jackets. And they're going to have a coach's challenge here. We'll see if Paul Grove wants to challenge it. And looks like they are. About 3 players for the Cougars turned and looked at Paul Grove and signaled that they wanted to see the challenge on that one. I'll be honest, it looked like from my angle that it did go off of the knee of Slayton Stroshine. And we'll see what they decide here. Discussed it a little bit in game number 1. At the replay system here at the Mertz, among the best that I've seen at either the D2 or the D3 level. There are multiple angles to this system. It's actually quite an expensive system. It's kind of being used as a guinea pig here for the Yellow Jackets. WS is sort of the testing ground for this new system, and so far everybody has had a lot of good things to say, and yeah, that's going to be the call. They're going to give it back now to the Cougars. I think that's the right call. Looked like it from up here. In the meantime, Piper will inbound it here. 2:48 away from halftime here, and a 32-29 Yellow Jacket lead. EWS going to pick up full court. Piper will inbound it now for Tiernan. And Thomas Tiernan now. Gunderson left side. Gunderson now had the ball knocked away from behind by Nordon, and it'll stay here with the Cougars. 2:38 remaining, first half. Piper triggering it in now for Gunderson. Going right side. Picking up his dribble, kicks it out. 3-point shot is airborne from Piper, and it's good. Caden Piper with the triple. He's got 11 already. And we're knotted up again, 32 apiece. Stroshine now left side. Here's Caden Lecce back for Stroshine. He'll step back. He'll fire from 3 in the corner, and it's good. Always had a soft touch. The big man knocks down the 3, left side, and it's now 35-32. Jackets back up by 3. Gunderson in the front court as we go under 2 minutes remaining, half number 1. LaRoche back in there, now goes left side. Here's Piper. LaRoche. Gunderson in the lane. Well, spinning against Nordon. Goes up with a jump shot, spins out, no good. Nordon with the rebound. And now here's Lecce in transition into the corner now for Mittermeier. Nordon, left side now, Evan Bennett. Now in the corner, Nordon. He'll fire from 3, and it's good. Nick Nordon with the long-range bomb from the right side corner. He's got good range on his jumper, as we've seen during his rookie campaign. The Jackets now up 38-32 with 1:15 remaining in the half. Tiernan now spinning at the free throw line. Gives it back out on top for LaRoche. Swing it now. Gunderson left wing. Now three-point shot up by Piper, and it's good. Caden Piper has 14 points already. 38-35. Three-point Yellow Jacket lead as we're under a minute remaining in the half. Mittermeier out on top. Right side now, Caden Lecce. Stroshine. Steps back. 20-foot jump shot is up. Back rim and out. No good. Followed up by Nordon, and he tips it home for two. He's got 5. The lead is 5. 40-35. Pass right side now, LaRoche into the front court. Skip pass, Piper again open for 3. This time it's off the back rim, no good. Rebound grab by Mittermeier. And the shot clock is off, and now the Jackets can play for one, and it looks like that's what they'll do as Caden Lecce is going to walk this across the timeline. And Lecce for the Yellow Jackets on the right-hand dribble. Right side for Nordon, now Mittermeier right wing. Now Lecce in his pass inside, off the hand of Stroshine, and out of play for a turnover. Shame on that one. Just a little bit off the hands of the Yellow Jacket big man. And Young will check back in now with 8.6 seconds remaining. Thompson and Fisher back in now for the Cougars. Pass comes in now. Gunderson. 5 seconds remaining as he crosses the timeline. Comes all the way down the right side of the lane. Had the ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Fish. His layup attempt rims out, no good, and that is how the half will end. As off the miss from Fish from point-blank range, it's tipped out of play, and we will head into the intermission with the Yellow Jackets up by the score of 40-35. Back and forth affair here, not exactly a surprise. High-scoring ball games have been pretty typical here between the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars. Also, they've been tight. First game was 80-78, and we're on pace for a game like that here at the break. In the meantime, we have a sideline interview with our on-court interview, Abby Hoffman here, and she's being joined by Yellow Jacket coach Greg Polkowski. Take it away, Abby.
The game close, 40-35. What are you liking from your team in the first half, and what needs to be cleaned up in order to take control going into the second?
I just think the guys are doing a nice job of playing together on the offensive end. It's been a growth of that all year. I think we're seeing a product of us playing within us. I think Morris is shooting exceptionally well on the perimeter right now. That was a point of emphasis going into the game. It was something that hurt us in game 1 versus them. I don't think we're doing a bad job from our effort, but the execution of it's got to be a little bit better.
Absolutely. And with it being senior night, is there anything you'd like to say about your graduating players and their impact on the program over the years?
Yeah, no, we got 3 seniors, 2 of which have been here for 4 years, 2 of which, Jackson and Evan have both made contributions in this game already. It's a testament to their 4 years of work, of what they've already done in the first 20 minutes. And Caden, who joined us this year, has just jumped completely into our team and has been a real stable piece for us from day one, and he's doing that again tonight. So, yeah, I'm really happy with those 3 and, just what they've given and want to keep going in the second 20, for them and for us to conclude the season.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time. Good luck the rest of the way. You're welcome. Back up to you, Matt Johnson. I am so sorry for messing up your name. The first 2 times I knew it was Matt. My apologies. Thank you.
Those are the words of our sideline reporter, Abby Hoffman. Well, I knew she was going to get it eventually, so she gets it there. That's fine. It's no problem. Halftime here between the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars. Jackets up 40-35. We'll take a quick break and come back with our halftime programming, sponsored by Hoffman Incorporated. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Men's Basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Halftime programming today is sponsored by Hovland Incorporated as the Yellow Jackets leading it by the score of 40-35 here at the half. Season finale for the Yellow Jackets, regular season finale for the Cougars, and also senior day here at UWS. And the Jackets so far so good through 20 minutes. As we look at the numbers here, we jump into our first half summary and look at these first half stats. UWS so far 15 out of 28 from the field, shooting 53.6%. Minnesota Morris, meanwhile, 13 out of 33 thus far. Jackets really shooting the ball well from long range, 7 for 12 so far. Shooting 58.3% from out there. The Cougars not terrible at 4 out of 11, 36.4, but we'll see what kind of adjustments both teams can make in this second 20 minutes. Jackets holding an 18-13 edge in rebounding. UWS with 4 offensive boards, while the Cougars have 5. And then in terms of assists to turnovers, Jackets with just 2 turnovers in the first half to go with 11 assists. So they're playing a good offensive basketball game here so far. Cougars aren't bad either. 12 assists with 5 turnovers. So both teams playing a good floor game here in this one. Individually in that first half, leading scorer was Caden Piper. He was the best player on the floor for either team. Piper, 14 points, 4 out of 10 shooting, 2 for 4 from long range, and 4 for 6 from the stripe in the opening 20 minutes. He's the only player on either team in double figures. Caden Lecce, one of the 3 seniors for the Jackets, being honored in the pregame ceremony. 8 points. He's 3 for 4 from the field. Hit a 3 in there and went 1 for 2 from the free throw line to go along with 3 assists in that first half. 7 points from Evan Bennett, one of the other seniors. He's 3 for 4 from the field and also 1 for 1 from beyond the arc. And then a host of players getting in the scoring column that you don't normally see in the scorers column, but nice to see for the Yellow Jackets. In total, UWS got points from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different players. Actually make it 10 different players got on the board for the Yellow Jackets in that first half. 5 points for Rocco Paulson, 5 points for Nick Nordon, 3 points each for Jackson Elfrey, Slayton Stroshine, Landon Tomer, Hayden Quimby, and Jet Rogalski. So the Jackets getting contributions from across the board in that first half. Meanwhile, the Cougars, 14 points, as I mentioned, for Piper. 9 points so far for Matt Thompson, all on 3-point makes in that first half. 8 points so far for Carbon Fish, and 2 points each so far for Thomas Turnin and also Brian LaRoche Jr. In terms of foul trouble, the Yellow Jackets committed 6 fouls, but all of them spread out among 6 different players, so nobody with more than 1 foul for the Yellow Jackets. Meanwhile, for Minnesota Morris, they committed just 3 fouls. 2 of them, though, were committed by Matt Thompson, and he's the lone player in either team with more than 1 foul here halfway home in this one. So that's your story here halfway home here in the season finale for the Yellow Jackets as they lead Morris by the by the halftime score. Not getting ahead of myself here. Halftime, the Yellow Jackets leading at 40-35. We'll take a quick break and come back with more of our halftime programming and a look at what else is going on with the Yellow Jacket Athletics. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS men's basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. We're back here. Halftime continues on. Yellow Jackets leading it by the score of 40-35. We have about 6.5 minutes before the start of the second half of this contest here at the Mertz. And with that time, we'll catch you up on what else is going on with Yellow Jacket Athletics and what is a very busy weekend here on campus. Women's basketball, if in case you missed it, played game one of our triple header here on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. And they unfortunately fell in their regular season home finale. Final score here is 74-65. Minnesota Morris with the win. With the loss, the Jackets finished the regular season at 10-15 overall, 7-5 on the UMAC. UWS is up by 15 at the half in that contest before getting outscored 44-20 in the second 20 minutes. And that defeat against the Cougars here earlier this afternoon. Maddie Riot led the way for the Jackets. She played her best game as a Jacket so far, in my opinion. 20 points for Riot on 8 of 11 shooting. Charlotte Purcell also had a strong game for the Jackets. She had 12 points on 6 for 10 shooting. With that loss, the Jackets are now the number 3 seed in the UMAC tournament, and they will take on Minnesota Morris this coming Wednesday, February 25th in the UMAC tournament semifinals. For more information on that ball game, you can go to the website at uwsyellowjackets.com, the athletics website, to find out more about that third contest with the Cougars for this season. Meanwhile, women's hockey now at 4-20-1 overall, 4-8 in the WIAC. Last night, they won their second straight ball game, downing Beloit 1-0 down the road at Westman Arena in that contest. The Yellow Jackets outshot the Bucks 48-5 for the contest and got the game-winning goal from Kendall Gustafson off an assist from Ashton Parnell at 8:14 of the middle period to get the win. Maddie Wastrel went all the way in goal for the Jackets, making 5 saves opposed to shutout. And we found out earlier on that the Yellow Jackets defeated Beloit 4-2 in Game 2 of their series to make them now 4-20 overall as they conclude the regular season today. 4-8 in the WIAC. They'll next be in action next weekend, taking on UW River Falls in the WIAC Conference Tournament down in River Falls. For more information on that game, you can go again to the athletics website, uwsyellowjackets.com. Men's hockey at 13-10-2 overall, 6-8-1 in the WIAC. They have won 2 straight, including posting a 3-2 win in their last action over UW Stevens Point. That game was played last Saturday at KB Willett Arena in Stevens Point to sweep their 2-game WIAC Conference season-ending series. And with that win, the Yellow Jackets will be taking on the Pointers later tonight in Game 3 of our triple header. More on that in a second. In that contest last Saturday, the Jackets got goals from Marupe Tui Mioksa, Chris Ishmael, and A.J. Reed, while being outshot 30-19 for the game. Jan Skorpik, meanwhile, went all the way in goal for UWS, making 29 saves to get the win. With those 2 wins against the Pointers last weekend, as I mentioned, they are back at home tonight, and that'll be Game 3 of our triple headers. They take on the Pointers down the road at Westman Arena in the WIAC Conference Tournament. Opening face-off from Westman at 7 p.m. tonight, about 6:30 pregame. At least that's what we're hoping for. I don't think we're going to get there. We might have to just go right out there and join John Garver in the middle of things. That'll be Game 3 of our triple header again, 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. Men's and women's indoor track and field. Both teams competed at the Snowshoe Invitational, hosted by the University of Minnesota at the Minnesota Fieldhouse in Minneapolis yesterday. For full results on that, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com. They'll next be in action this coming Friday and Saturday when they host the UMAC Indoor Track and Field Championships at Lydia Thiering Fieldhouse across the hall, February 27th and 28th. Action gets underway on Friday, starting at 2:30 p.m., while action picks back up again on Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. Men's tennis at 3-4 now overall, dropped a 7-0 decision to Bethel last night across the bridge at the Duluth Indoor Sports Center. They actually played 2 matches today against Concordia Chicago and Ripon down at the Fieldhouse in Ripon, Wisconsin. Opening serves for those matches were scheduled for 1 and 4 p.m. today. And last but not least, women's tennis 6-3 now overall. They fell to Bethel by the same score of 7-0 last night in non-conference action at the Duluth Indoor Sports Center. They'll next be in action Monday, March 9th, taking on Loris as part of their Florida trip, bright and early at 6:30 a.m. Yikes, in that one. So that's your Yellow Jacket Sports Summary. And with that, we will bring a close to our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll take one more quick break and then come back with the start of the second half of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Men's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. We're back here at the Mertz. The two teams concluding their warm-up paces here before we begin the second 20 minutes. Season finale for the Yellow Jackets, of course, for the Cougars. They're off to the UMAC Conference Tournament, and they're either going to be the second or third seed, I believe. Top four on the men's side, by the way, North Central, Bethany Lutheran, Minnesota Morris, and Crown coming into today's action. The wild card game in that one is North Central and Bethany Lutheran are playing right now at the same time, and as of right now, if things stayed as is, they would be the top two seeds for the UMAC Conference Tournament. Have no idea what's going on in that game, and I doubt we'll find out before we go final in this one, but for the Cougars, this is a big game for them. They're still playing for seeding. The Yellow Jackets, of course, closing out the season regardless here today. Cougars, by the way, are already out on the court waiting for the Yellow Jackets to break their team huddle here as we get ready to begin the second 20 minutes. And Jackets are going to start the second half with this original starting five of Bennett, Stroshine, Tomer, Lecce, and Alfrey here. Cougars also with their original starting five of Gunderson, Piper, Fish, Thompson, and Tiernan. So those are your 10 players on the court. In the meantime, the Jackets inbound it. Here's Lecce out on top. Stroshine now left side. Bounce pass comes inside now. Here's Caden Lecce going up the shot off the window. No good. Rebound into the hands of Carvin Fish, and he'll hold on here. And hand it off now for Gunderson. Gustav Gunderson into the front court. Thompson top of the key now for Minnesota Morris. He'll hand it off now on the curl. Here's Tiernan. Right side now Caden Piper, who had 14 first half points to lead all scorers. Now it's Fish coming down low, kicking in the corner. Gunderson teeing up the three-point shots off the back rim, no good. Rebound bounding around is grabbed by Tomer. Outlet for Bennett. The Jackets back the other direction now in the front court. Now here's a pick. Steal by Gunderson off a pass from Tomer. Comes all the way in, misses the layup. Rebound grabbed by Thompson, and he'll reverse it home with the right hand. And it's 40-37 now, 3-point lead for the Yellow Jackets as Tomer in the front court now. Right side off the pass. Clayton Stroshine for UWS. Out on top now, Caden Lecce. Now Stroshine again. Lecce going right side. Gets a step. Goes up with the left hand. Misses the layup. Off the rim, no good. Rebound grab by Fish. Gunderson now. Outlet for Piper. Caden Piper now in the front court. Going left side off the pass. Now down low off the feed. Here's Fish going up with the half hook. Rims around, falls off, no good. Gets his own rebound. Went right in between three Yellow Jackets to get that board and lays it in for two. Nobody getting a body on Fish. He lays it in, and now it's a 1-point game at 40-39. Alfrey left side now. Pass comes down low for Bennett. He spins on Tiernan, goes up the left hand and kisses it home for two. Bennett with the bucket. He has 9 now for the Yellow Jackets, and it's 42-39. Gunderson back the other direction into the paint. Gives it off now for Fish. Rolling to the basket. Flips it up, lays it in for two, and he'll draw the foul. Stroshine going to get whistled for it. 42-41. Fish now has 12. Doesn't really press the action, does Carvin Fish. Just takes what the team gives him, and saw him execute a couple of beautiful screen and rolls in that first half, and Fish at the free throw line. Leaves his free throw well short. Rebound grabbed by the Jackets, and now into the front court, leading it by 1 at 42-41. Stroshine, right side, Alfrey. Jackson Alfrey back out on top, Stroshine. Now back for Alfrey, putting it on the baseline. Alfrey's pass, picked off now by Tiernan. Coming in one-on-one with Bennett. Comes all the way in, now tries to back him down low, goes up with a half hook and scores it for two, and now Morris takes the lead at 43-42. Turnover and bucket for Tiernan. He has 4. Alfrey in the front court. Now Stroshine getting a pass from Alfrey. Rolls to the basket and lays it in for two. 44-43 now. As Gunderson into the front court. Going left side, Fish. 16-foot jump shot. Back rim and out. Rebound tracked down by Alfrey in the corner. Now Lecce for UWS in the front court. Evan Bennett, top of the key. And we're going to have a foul call now on Thomas Tiernan, who bodied up on Bennett. Beers is going to come back in, as is Rocco Paulson, who had a good first half for UWS. Tomer and Stroshine will check out. Bennett will inbound now far side. Lobbing it in now for Lecce, top of the key. Now here is Rocco Paulson. Paulson now against Fish, trying to back him down low. Had the ball stripped away by Fish. Now back 2-on-2. Here's Piper. All the way up, flips it up, off the window, no good. Rebound batted out of play off UWS. And it'll stay on this end of the court with the Cougars here. They'll have 20 seconds to shoot. Tiernan will inbound it for Fish. Now Tiernan off the curl. Fades away from 14 feet and knocks it down for 2. Right in the painted area. 14-foot jump shot for Tiernan. He has 6. And Morris back up by 1 at 45-44. Alfrey now for the Jackets. Kicks it right side. Bennett with the head fake. Comes down low. Lost his footing. Gives it back now for Alfrey. Jackson Alfrey. On top now. Evan Bennett. Bennett now spinning. Goes up with a shot off the window. No good. Rebound for Matt Thompson of Minnesota Morris. And now Gunderson will bring the ball into the front court here for the Cougars. Thompson now. Left side, here's Piper. High low. Pass comes down low on the block now for Thompson, who backs it back out. 5 seconds to shoot. Now he'll pull up from the left side baseline and gets it to go down for 2 more. Thompson now has 13. It's 47-44. Cougars by 3. Here's Lecce. Beers swinging it left side. Bennett. Now Paulson, left wing. On the block. Goes up and under against Fish. Misses the bunny with the right hand. Back the other direction now. Piper coming down the lane. He'll kick it right side now for Tiernan. Fish back for Thomas Tiernan. Tiernan now back for Fish. Paulson blew a tire. And Fish goes in uncontested to lay it in, and it's now a 5-point lead here for the Cougars. That was a little bit of hard luck there as Paulson, like I said, lost his footing, went down, and that left Fish with an uncontested layup on that right side. And it's now 49-44. We have our first time out here the second half. By the way, fans, if you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, tune into Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garber and myself throughout the years. We sit down with the Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. So inauspicious start here for the Jackets here in the second half. They got to a 10-2 lead in that first half, but so far here in the second half hasn't been going quite as well. Cougars have made 7 of their first 12. Jackets so far 2 for 6 here to start the second half. Andrew Beers back in for the Jackets. Before the timeout, he'll trigger it in. Eddie Mittermeier also returns to the lineup. Caden Lecce now will lead UWS across the timeline. Lecce now going left side. On the wing now, here's Mittermeier. Now Paulson against Fish in the post. Goes up with a shot. That's also off the window, no good. Rebound grab by Thompson. Jackets have had a couple of close-in looks that haven't gone down here in the second half. Now Tiernan left side for Thompson. Tiernan back out on top for Fish. Now Gunderson off the lob pass from Fish. Now Thompson, ball fake with 10 seconds to shoot. Goes right side of the lane, and we're going to have a foul called on the Yellow Jackets. As Matt Thompson made his move toward the basket on the right side. Call the foul on Andrew Beers. That'll be his first. Second team foul on the Jackets, and Thompson to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 14 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. Second half. His first free throw was up and good. 50-44 now. Second free throw, also good. It's now a 7-point lead for the Cougars at 51-44. Lecce in the front court. Paulson right side. Here's Mittermeier. Lecce. Beers now at top of the key. Back for Bennett. Now Beers putting the ball on the deck. Hangs in the air. Gets the pass off now for Rocco. And Paulson scores it with the right hand. Uncontested that time. Nice job by Beers driving the left side baseline, leaving an uncontested layup opportunity for Paulson. He now has 7, and the lead is down to 5 for the Cougars at 51-46. Now Tiernan with the 3 from the corner. Back rim and out. No good. Rebound grab, though, by Piper, who's back in there. Now Fish on the left wing. Piper getting a step on Lecce. Goes all the way to the rim and lays it in with the left hand for 2. He's got 16. Back up to a 7-point lead here for the Cougars at 53-46. Now on the right side. Beers now backing down against Thompson. Out on top now for Paulson. Now Bennett. Right side hanging in the air. Had the ball knocked away. Picked up by Beers. Lecce. He'll fire from 3 at top of the key. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound grab by Carvin Fish. Now Gunderson back the other direction. His pass knocked away by Lecce. Gunderson retrieves, however, and now finds Fish right side. Gunderson. Bounce pass. Fish on the right baseline. Fading away now, free throw line extended, and he knocks it down for 2. Just a very easy soft touch there from Carvin Fish from 15 feet from the elbow. And it's now a 9-point lead for the Cougars at 55-46. He scored 20 points here on the Jackets, while UWS has scored just 6 here in the second half of action. Beers now right side. Here's Lecce. Back for Beers. Beers now. He'll rise up. His jump shot out the back rim. That's no good. Rebound grab by Fish. Now Tiernan in the front court. Tiernan in the corner now. Will fire from 3, and it's good. Piper finds him. The 3 is up and good, and now it's a 58-46 lead for the Cougars. And a timeout now on the floor. Yellow Jacket fans, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket apparel and merchandise store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jacket apparel and merchandise store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. Well, this looks eerily similar to what I saw in the first half, or in the first game, I should say, in the second half of the first game. Jackets up 40-35 the break so far here in the second half. Through the first 7 minutes and 46 seconds, it's a 23-6 margin now for the Cougars. And they are red hot right now. They are shooting 10 for 16 here in the second half. EWS, meanwhile, 3 for 11 here. In fact, they get most of their points from 3 players. 2 guys with 16 now with Fish and Piper, both with 16. Thompson has 15. Fish is well on his way to a double-double. He's got 16 on 8 for 15 shooting. He's got 8 rebounds. Piper, 16 points so far. Thompson with 15 points on just 6 shots. He's made 3 out of 4, though, from long range, and he's also hit 2 free throws so far. Jack is still looking for their first double-digit score in the ball game. Bennett so far leading UWS with 9 points in his final game as a Yellow Jacket as we come out of the timeout. LaRoche is back in there for Minnesota Morris. So is Leroy Staples Fairbanks. Hayden Quimby has returned for the Yellow Jackets as well. Gage Brady also back in. First time we've seen him since he got whacked in the nose in the first half. Now Quimby, top of the key, swings it right side. Micah Young back in, steps through the middle, had the ball knocked away, and then he fumbles it out of play. But they're going to call a foul. It's going to be called on Carvin Fish. That'll be his first. And 2 free throws now for Micah Young. In his junior campaign now out of Minneapolis. High arcing free throw from Young is good. Jackets shoot free throws at 66.8% as a group. Young 17 out of 21, and now we're going to have a whistle, and they're going to review it. I'm not sure what the question is here. Oh, they're going to review to see who actually got the foul. That was the questioning. So it's Leroy Staples Fairbanks that gets the foul call. 22 versus 23 on the Morris team. Interesting that they did that in between free throws. In the meantime, Young back to the free throw line to shoot a second free throw. It's up off the back rim, no good. 58-47, and the rebound, though, comes all the way back out for Young. Quimby out on top now. Gage Brady goes right side off the pass. Here's Caden Lecce. Stroshine now. 8 seconds to shoot as Quimby spins away, hands it off. Lecce, 4 seconds to shoot, gives it off. Going up for the shot from Micah Young, and the ball blocked from behind by Staples Fairbanks, but I think he's going to get whistled for the foul. That was a nice feed by Lecce to Young. And the foul is on Staples Fairbanks, so 2 more free throws here from Micah Young, who just went 1 for 2 a moment ago. First free throw is up and good. 10-point lead now at 58-48 for Minnesota Morris. 1 more coming. Second free throw. Spins out, no good. Rebound grab by Staples Fairbanks. Playing on the 2 fouls, he'll bring the ball into the front court himself. Right-hand dribble now. Comes off the screen by Carbon Fish. Jason Nelson also back in. Brian LaRoche now out on top. Now Tiernan. LaRoche. Staples Fairbanks. 8 seconds to shoot now for Minnesota Morris. Left side now it's Nelson. Chase Nelson. 2 seconds. 1 second to shoot. Tiernan's 3 is off the mark. No good. Rebound grab by Young, and a foul going to be called now on LaRoche. Fourth team foul now on the Cougars. Jackets have committed 2 thus far. We're nearly halfway home in the second 20 minutes. As the pass comes in now, here's Caden Lecce. Brady now top of the key. He'll swing it left side now. Young putting it on the deck. Kicks it in the corner. Wide open to Stroshine. He'll fire from 3. That one off the mark. No good. Rebound grab by Young. Micah Young now going up and under and lays it in for 2. And another timeout going to be called here by the Yellow Jackets. Full court here as Jason Nelson will inbound it. Gets it in for Thomas Tiernan, who scored 7 of his 9 points so far here in half number 2. Comes into the front court. Fish out on top. Now LaRoche off the curl. Back for Fish. Knocked away by Stroshine. Turnover on the Cougars. As back to the direction now. Here comes Gage Brady. Brady for the Jackets. Kicks it right side. Quimby. He'll fire from 3. That one's wide to the left. No good. Rebound cleared there by Fish. Now LaRoche into the front court. Going right side. Comes off the screen by Fish. Now Fish off the screen and roll, flips up a shot with the right hand, rims out, no good. Rebound grabbed by the Jackets. Brady now in the front court. Kicks it off in the corner. Young, high arcing 3-point shot is up. Back rim it out, no good. Rebound Jace Nelson. Nelson now for Tiernan in transition. Hands it off, going up and laying it in is going to be Leroy Staples Fairbanks. 60-50 your score. Back up to a 10-point lead here for the Cougars. Lecce in the front court now. Out on top, here's Quimby. Pass to the outside, knocked away by Staples Fairbanks. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. Thompson and Piper are going to come back in. Fish and Tiernan will depart. As Young triggers it in. Stroshine now, left side. Brady steps inside the 3-point arc. Bounce pass now. Stroshine kicks a pass right side. Now here is Hayden Quimby hanging in the lane. Goes up the left-handed shot. Rimmed around a couple times and falls through softly for 2 points. Quimby's got 5. 60-52 as we approach 9 minutes remaining in the season for UWS. Staples Fairbanks now with a 3, right wing, no good. Offensive board for LaRoche. Staples Fairbanks now comes down the left side. Has the ball stripped away, but a foul going to be called on Micah Young. 2 free throws now coming up for Leroy Staples Fairbanks. First free throw is up and good. One more coming. By the way, we did get a final score. The North Central game against Bethany. The Rams winning the UMAC tournament or UMAC title for the second straight year, 102-96. And so if my math is correct, that means the Cougars, if they win the day, will be the number 2 seed and will be at home for the first round of the UMAC tournament. In the meantime, Gage Brady with a nice move to the basket, lays it in off the right hand for his first bucket, 61-54, as Staples Fairbanks went 1 for 2 in his trip to the free throw line a moment ago. In the meantime, now here's Piper. Staples Fairbanks on the left wing. Right side now. Here's the pass. Three-point shot is up from Thompson, and it's good. Thompson with the triple. He now has 18. Leads back up to 10 again. 64-54. Micah Young going on the baseline now against Staples Fairbanks. Kicks a pass to the corner for Stroshine. Now Quimby will fire a 3. That one's off the front rim. No good. Rebound cleared out of there by Caden Piper. And now it's Jason Nelson in the front court here for the Cougars. And now Staples Fairbanks coughs at the basketball. Turnover, back to the direction. Hayden Quimby in transition. He'll lay it in for 2. Thompson in now for LaRoche. LaRoche in the front court. Staples Fairbanks leaves it off now for Piper. Now Thompson top of the key. Piper playing the ball on the deck, goes right side the lane, and we're going to have a foul called on UWS on the reach-in. The other game on the day, by the way, Crown being Northwestern, 85-66. Those were the UMAC conference games today being played in other locations. In the meantime, now Piper to the free throw line to shoot 2. He's got 16 in the game. 5 out of 6 from the stripe in the first half. Misses this one long. Landon Tomer comes back in. Nook Nordon also back in for the Jackets. Out comes Micah Young. Also out comes Slayton Stroshine. Piper's second free throw is good. 65-56, 17 now and counting here for Caden Piper. Brady into the front court. Nordon right side. He had 5 points in the first half. Now swings the basketball left side. Here's Tomer. Landon Tomer putting on the deck. Brady steps inside the arc, fires from about 15 feet. Left side, no good. Rebound cleared by LaRoche. Now Piper back the other direction. Piper getting a step on Nordon, goes up and under and lays it in for 2. Nice job by Caden Piper to shield out the 6'9" Nordon as he made him move to the basket. 19 now for him, 67-56. Lecce now in the lane, flips up a shot to the left hand. That pops out no good. Rebound batted out of play, and it'll be Morris basketball here. 6:44 left as Gunderson comes back in. He'll take out Leroy Staples Fairbanks. LaRoche will inbound it. Pass in now for Gunderson. Jackets on the full court pressure and knocked away actually off the foot of Gage Brady. It'll stay with the Cougars. Pass for Gunderson, now in for Piper. Nelson in the front court. LaRoche wide open, fires a 3 from the corner. That's no good. And the rebound knocked out of play. It'll go back over now to the Yellow Jackets. With 6:29 remaining. In the meantime, it's going to be an inbounds here now for Nordon. Now Tomer behind everybody. Kicks a pass right side for Quimby. Now stepping through, going up with the scoop shot and getting it to go down for 2 is Hayden Quimby. Nice head fake Made the move right side against Jace Nelson. An up and under, laid it in for 2. He's got 9 points, and that's the lead now for the Cougars at 67-58. Piper in the front court. Thompson right side. And now foul going to be given by Nick Nordon. That'll be the 5th team foul on the Jackets here with 5:53 remaining in the season for UWS. Fish comes back into the ball game. He'll check out LaRoche. Meanwhile, Gunderson will inbound far side. Pass comes in now. Fish will hand it off now. Nelson getting a step on the right side. Lost the handle on the basketball. Loose ball picked up by Quimby. Racing back the other direction. Bounce pass down low. Finds Caden Lecce. Now Lecce out on top for Quimby. Brady, ball fake now. Hangs in the air against Nelson. Goes up and gets it to roll home for 2. And another timeout going to be called here by the Yellow Jackets. 4 points now. 67-60 with 5:28 now left. Numbers here now in the second half. Morris has outscored the Jackets 32-20. Make that. Excuse me, I'm just getting the numbers here. Morris so far 13 for 24 in the second half. UWS just 9 for 23. Cougars at 45.6%. Jackets getting points. As I mentioned that first half, a lot of different players have scored for UWS. Still nobody in double figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different Yellow Jackets have scored in this game. Bennett and Quimby both with 9, 8 for Lecce, 7 for Paulson, 5 for Stroshines, 5 for Nordon, 4 for Young, 4 for Brady, and 3 each for Alfrey, Tomer, and Rogowski. Complete opposite for Morris. They've only had 6 players score in the ball game. And between Piper, Thompson, and Fish, they've combined for all but 13 of Morris's points. So 54 of their 67 coming from those 3 players. In the meantime, Jackets coming out of the timeout. Full court pressure. Pass comes in. Gunderson to Piper. Back for Gunderson. And now in the front court, here's Tiernan. Thompson, right side. Now Tiernan. Approach 5 minutes remaining in this one. On the left side, a couple players hitting the deck. Piper on the baseline. Kicks it out on top. Here's Thompson. 8 seconds to shoot. Gunderson, back for Thompson, lining up the three-point shot, and he knocks it down again. My goodness, he cannot miss from 3 today. With that three-point make, he's now 5 for 6 from beyond the arc. He has 21, and it's a 10-point lead again for the Cougars. That's a killer. Right side now, Brady out on top. Now Lecce, free throw line extended. Going left side, Quimby. He'll try to answer with a 3. That one's short, no good. Rebound grab by Brady, and then he fumbled it off of Tomer out of play. Ten-point lead as Stroshine comes back into the ball game. So does Bennett. Piper will inbound. Jackets still going to pick up full court here. I would expect that will be the case for the rest of the game here, as long as the lead stays intact here for the Cougars. And now they're going to call timeout. Now 56 of their 70 points have come from 3 players. Thompson, his efficiency rating is off the charts here today. Thompson so far 21 points on 8 shots. He's 7 for 8 from the field, 5 for 6 from three-point range, and 2 for 2 from the stripe. In other words, he's not missing from anywhere. 5 rebounds in the game, 3 assists also for him. Fish is 1 rebound away from a double-double. He's got 16 and 9. And Piper with 19. Hard to figure who a player of the game would be for the Yellow Jackets because they played just about everybody on the roster. 13 different guys have played for UWS in this game, which is all about kind of setting the tone for next season. I mean, that's a topic that Coach Greg Polkowski and myself, we talked about in the pregame interview. As out of the timeout, Gunderson breaking the trap. Gives it underneath now. Here's Fish stepping through, missing the layup, gets his own rebound. And then the pass knocked out of play. He'll stay on this end of the court with the Cougars. They'll have 18 seconds to shoot as Tiernan will inbound. Pass comes in now for Fish. Here's Tiernan off the curl. Out on top now Thompson. Thompson has the ball stripped away by Hayden Quimby. One of the few things he hasn't done well today. Giving away that turnover now. Quimby back the other direction. Stroshine. He'll try fire from 3. That's an air ball. Rebound though grabbed by Lecce. And his pass batted up in the air off of Stroshine and was cut into the basket. Intercepted by the Cougars. Turnover UWS. Now Gunderson on the right side. Thompson, Fish, left side now. Here's Piper. Caden Piper against Quimby. Kicks in the corner. Tiernan, he'll fire from 3. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound grab by Quimby. Hayden Quimby for the Yellow Jackets. Into the front court. Now out on top. They'll swing it for Tomer, left wing. Landon Tomer, bounce pass, Stroshine, steps through. He misses the layup with the left hand. Rebound grab by the Cougars. And now Piper for Morris will back it out. No reason to hurry here as we approach the 3-minute mark remaining. Tiernan, right side. Gunderson. Bounce pass now. Here's Thompson. Being guarded by Tomer. Right side block. Now kick it in the corner. Now Gunderson. 5 seconds to shoot. Gunderson stepping inside. Goes all the way to the rim and lays it in for 2. Looks to the heavens. I'm not quite sure why on that one. It's now 72-60. Now it's perfect execution, I will say that, by the Cougars, bringing the shot clock all the way down and getting the bucket at the end of it. Now Tomer, he'll fire from 3, and it's good. 72-63, 2.5 remaining here from the Mertz. Men's hockey coming up next. We'll go out there as fast as we can. In the meantime, here's Piper, and a foul going to be called. Nope, timeout on the floor. 2:21 now left. And as we come closer and closer to the end of the season here for the Yellow Jackets, it's a 9-point lead here for the Cougars. And if they do hold on here this last 2:20, unless I'm mistaken, they'll be hosting Bethany Lutheran in the UMAC tournament semifinals on Wednesday. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to go back and look at the athletics website for the UMAC. But meanwhile, my production engineer, Evan Ludwig, is over there talking to some youngsters. I'm not quite sure what that was all about. A bonding experience, apparently, over there. Meanwhile, I also want to thank one of our camera operators, Bailey Nygaard. For those of you who don't know, she's a soccer player, one of the goalkeepers for head coach Nick Piazza in the women's soccer program. How you doing, Bailey? You doing okay? Okay, yeah, she gives me the thumbs up. I'm just trying to get you a mention, before we go off the air for the year here with basketball. So, in the meantime, we're coming out of the timeout. Piper will inbound it. This is the pass in now for Gunderson out on top. Tiernan now off the curl. Picks his dribble up at the free throw line. Now it's Piper. 8 seconds to shoot. Piper coming down the lane, had it stripped away by Lecce. Now in transition, here's Micah Young going up and laying it in and drawing the foul. (72-65), so isn't over yet. 2:01 remaining. As Young gets the bucket. Foul going to be called on Thompson. That'll be his third. Young's high arcing free throw off the back rim, no good. Rebound grab by Gunderson. Still 3 possession lead here for the Cougars. So we go under 2 minutes left in this one. Gunderson now, inside out dribble. Piper, Gunderson right side, putting on the deck. Bounce pass now for Fish, steps through, goes up, misses the layup. Rebound grab by Alfrey, who's back in. Outlet now for Young. Bennett in transition, he'll fire from 3, that's an air ball. And then Lecce throws it off the body of Caden Piper. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets with 1:29 left. Bennett will inbound right side. Pass comes in for Stroshine. Lecce right side now. Bennett bounce pass Stroshine right block. Pass for Young now as he cut through the middle of the lane. Backs it out. Now he'll hand it off for Lecce. Now Bennett, 8 seconds to shoot against Tiernan. Comes inside, goes up with a half hook. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound batted into the hands of Piper, and now he'll hold on to it. As we're about to go under a minute now left in this one. Piper in the front court, goes left side now. Here's Gunderson. Fish, handing it off. Now Piper out on top. 50 seconds and counting remaining second half. Gunderson steps through, kicks it in the corner. Tiernan with the ball fake. Steps inside. Pass to the corner now. Here's Piper, runner in the lane. Off to the right, no good. Rebound batted out of play. Young got all tangled up with Fish. They reset the shot clock to 29 seconds. I don't know if that drew iron or not. Hard to tell from my angle. And we'll see what the officials decide here. If it hits rim, it does reset. But if Morris gets it back, they only can reset it to 20 seconds. So that's the question here. And for good measure, we'll have another review. 40.1 seconds now left. I've had 3 or 4 reviews in this game. And it's going to be one of those over-the-top shots. I think they're going to have to try to figure out whether it did draw any iron. Again, from here, it didn't look like it, but from my angle this far away, it's hard for me to tell. And men's hockey will come up after we go final here. We'll see what they decide as they continue to review it downstairs. Jackets, if they lose today, will finish 6-19 overall, and 2-10 in the UMAC, while the Cougars will finish 13-12 and 8-4. As I mentioned, based on those other results from earlier today, I believe they'll also be at home against Bethany Lutheran in the opening round of the tournament. We're taking a really close, hard look at this. Either way, the shot clock's going to have to be reset here. $72-65 still is your score. There's a multitude of things to decide here, whether or not the shot clock should reset to 20, whether it should reset to 30. I have a feeling it's not going to be correct at 29 seconds. As it was, they gave the possession to the Cougars. Now they've got everybody over there looking at the monitor. There's 4 people looking at it, maybe 5. And Yeah, they're really, really looking at this. I don't know. There's 5 different people looking at this review right now. 3 referees, a couple people at the scorer's table. And by the time they get done with all this, everybody's going to have completely cooled off the way this is going. I don't know. I didn't see it, I don't think. Okay, if that was everything over there, then yeah. And now it looks like the referees are even arguing with each other. I don't know. This might be the longest review I've ever seen. And still they look at it. Part of me wants to know, like, what the protocol is for this. I mean, how long can you look at something? I mean, we're going on about 5-6 minutes now that they've been looking at this, and I'm not sure what the issue is. Are they texting somebody down there? I mean, what? One guy got on a cell phone. So they're going to say it did not hit the glass or did not hit iron. There'll be 3 seconds on the shot clock, at least as of right now. And the conversation is still going. I don't know. Now they're going to put it at 1 second. So I'm going to put the shot clock at 1 second. They're going to say the initial shot did not hit any iron, so it's going to have to be a catch and shoot after all that. Okay. At least we figured it out. It took a long time, but so Gunderson will lob it toward the rim. It'll be knocked away. It'll be taken now by Mikey Young as we finally get back to live action here. Now in the corner, Alfrey. He'll fire a high arcing three. It's over the top of everything. Grabbed by Thompson, and there's the foul given with 29.7 seconds now left. UWS had a foul to give. That'll be their 6th team foul. For Lecce, it'll be his first. We'll go right out to hockey once we get finished here, by the way. Pass comes in now. And now foul going to be given by Lecce. And it'll be the 7th. And a 1-on-1 now coming up with 26.3 seconds left. Now Leroy Staples Fairbanks is going to check in here. Chase Nelson also going to come back in. Shot clock is off. First free throw is up, and it's good. Tiernan at the line here, 73-65. 3-possession ball game. Tiernan now has 10 points. Second free throw, long off the back rim. Alfrey with the rebound. Caden Lecce now. Under 20 seconds now left. Pass the outside, picked up by Gunderson. Now Leroy Staples Fairbanks will back it out. And Bennett commits a foul. I'm not quite sure why. 14.2 seconds left. It's a 3-possession ball game. 18 foul on the Jackets. Like I said, we'll send this right out to hockey once we go final. This has really been drawn out here. Now Samuel Daho is going to come in. Free throws off the back rim from Staples Fairbanks. Rebound now grabbed by Lecce. 10 seconds to play. 3-point shot blocked by Staples Fairbanks. Falling in the corner. Alfrey watches it go out of play. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. 5 seconds left. Jackets are going to be 6-19 for the season. 2-10 in the UMAC. Cougars are going to be 13-12 overall. 8-4 in the UMAC as the pass comes in. 3-point shots up from Alfrey. No good. Follow-up shot is in by Stroshine. And that's how it ends here. Final score, Yellow Jackets falling here to the Cougars in their season finale. Final score here from the Mertz. Minnesota Morris 73, Yellow Jackets 67. I'd like to say a big thank you to Gus Schupp, who was my engineer back in the studio. Also a big thank you to Evan Ludwig with Yellow Jacket TV. And a big thank you to everybody who tuned in during the entire basketball season. We hope you enjoyed the broadcasts. And we hope you join us for more Yellow Jacket men's basketball in the future. So for Evan and for Gus, this is Matt Johnson. One more time repeating the final score. Yellow Jackets go down to defeat. Final score here from the Mertz. Minnesota Morris 73, Yellow Jackets 67. Thanks for watching, everybody. Men's hockey is coming up right after this. This has been UWS men's basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.